Morning. Everything okay with you?
Yeah.
Hey, long time no see, yeah? Good to see you. Do you have hope?
Yes.
Hope in you? Hope in humanity? Hope in future? Yes, hope in something that's going to be better, right? For all of us, right? All of us. Not just me. Because hope, has a greater range than just, self-awareness or self-existence. Okay, so there are a lot of doomsday sayers, apocalyptic, stuff that they propound, onto, a religious community based on revelations and stuff. And it's just it's based on a dream state kind of babbling. Yeah, because what you see is what you get. That's what we see. And when we can see it, we can change it. And that's the nature of mankind that separates us from any other creations and in creation. If we can recognize something in absolute, we can change it. Because we have that control. That is the greatest blessing. We have that control of that absolute. As if we're, the divine creator. So when it's absolutely, undeniably obvious and in your face, everybody wants to be good. Not everybody wants to be bad. Original mind. You put those principal words aside. People want to be good in the end. How can you deny yourself the change, the opportunity, the better that you can have when you know this kind of stuff is in your face? Of course, you see a horrible atrocity that people can commit to each other in a maximum range. In terms of degree, it's maximum. You can't go beyond it. You can't do more evil. Man can't do more evil to one another. And it's apparent. And you see it every day. On television, on stuff, internet or whatever. Thank God for the multimedia, right? Once we can recognize our wrong, that's when we can truly change. You have to truly understand you're wrong to truly change. So why do you have hope? I see hope in my youngest kid. He's a bug, because he's little. Like this, he just slither around his belly all over the place. It's a bug. It's a bug. To me, it's a bug. It's not human yet. And the little bug was going to turn into a monkey. And it was going to start to somehow become like human one day. So, when I see that little bug, it's so independent. If I drop that tomorrow, right, he's going to make it. So that's all for me. That's not to say I plan on dying tomorrow. I want to see that little kid grow up and she make little bambinos and, I want to see it, you never know. Yeah, that's what I wish. You take it as it comes. But that's all for me. And you go to a third world country, and just a little thing you give a poor child, and you see that face light up. That's the hope right there. You can do a ton of that stuff. Many times, it's that subjectivity that we all have that cloud us about the visions of tomorrow. Why do you want to take something that is so cloudy and dark when you can also choose the opposite? You make that choice. That's the problem. You're subjective. Individual responsibility means that you have to make decisions sometimes. And it's that sometimes the decisions that you make can screw you up. Why? Because it starts something. It starts the wrong cycle of stupid thinking. And who are you going to fault? What you have done. Huh? You can't fault nobody other than yourself in the end. So even when you come to objectivity, you can't always just be objective. You got to have some kind of center, and finding that stuff is difficult. How do you balance your subjectivity and your objectivity in balance and have that center? Because, it's that stuff. You will feel up, you will feel subjective, you will feel objective. You naturally will have that kind of rhythm. But how do you balance that stuff? Sometimes you force it, sure. But beyond that point, without you knowing, you go through that natural rhythm. But how do you balance? So that's why you have to find that center. I don't know what your limitations are. I don't know, because everybody has limitations. And your limit, you have to know. You got to figure it out. Otherwise, you ain't going to be anything. Because you're pushing something, you try to get something beyond what you can provide for yourself. That's why understanding your basic limitation, yourself, is much more important than anything else before you do anything else. How can you help somebody when you're even trying to better yourself? You gotta know your limit so you can choose the proper stuff, right? For yourself. You don't want to be a rock star, do you? Not. Maybe some people do. Maybe some people have that kind of. But not everybody can be that stuff. Choose your stuff. In order to choose this stuff, you gotta know your limit. Just because it looks good, sounds good, that does not mean it's for you. See your limit. You're responsible for it. Knowing your limit, you're responsible for it. That's individual responsibility. From there, you start. From there, you nurture yourself to grow. You mature. And ultimately, you grow into perfection and become something that is you. And we need a lot of stuff like that to make a greater society. You know, when you look at America, you know, this is the greatest nation. But basically, people want stability, security, and continuity. Do you think America is an ideal world? You think you can provide that? The basic stuff the citizens demand forever? I don't think so. It will change. It has to change. Obviously, it's not perfect, to say the least. Okay? It will change. It has to change. But that's what basically people want in civilization. And you want to create an ideal civilization. Yeah. So how do you go about achieving that? You have to look at yourself individually. And you have to know your goddamn, excuse my language, you gotta know your limitations. You know what I'm saying? You got to know your limitations first, before you start demanding stuff from others. That's the most important thing. When we can do that, when we can control ourselves to that degree, yes, there is hope in humanity. If I can start to do that, starting from me, there's a hope in me. But if that can be synchronized, there is a hope for whatever, okay? That is greater. Hope, you build it. The fate is in our hands. Our fate. You build it. Nobody else. Don't pray to God. You build it. God has shown you the way. You build it. And don't blame nobody else. Okay? Hey, we have hope. We can do it. Just take it easy. Just be patient. Take step by step. You know? Don't need to hurry. You ain't going nowhere. We're trapped in this little marble until it changes for the better. Don't get ahead of yourself. Pace yourself out. Look at the others. Okay? Because we all have to do that to change the world. Not just me. Okay? So pace yourself out. And I share this is my personal personal kind of stuff, learning and whatever, personal realization, observation. But God, my folks, my parents, gave birth. You don't want to take credit for whatever. If I did something to you, you don't want to do that. Some things you just want to walk away. You have to know how to do that stuff. It's not yours. Don't be selfish. Because it's so easy to be selfish, isn't it? You ain't gonna make it to the top. Taking the easy way out, right? Take care of yourself, okay? I'll see you next week.